Over 5,000 years ago, in the heart of the Fertile Crescent, a groundbreaking civilization began to take shape. This was Sumer, the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, a region rich in resources that would give birth to one of the earliest and most influential societies in human history. Here, the foundations of agriculture, trade, writing, and urbanization would change the world forever. Sumer was not just a collection of small villages, but a region where large, sophisticated cities emerged. Cities like Uruk, and Lagash were filled with life. People gathered in marketplaces, exchanged goods, and developed complex social structures. With the rise of these urban centers, Sumer became the heart of civilization, where ideas, culture, and technology flourished. At the center of Sumerian cities stood the towering ziggurats, massive, stepped temples dedicated to the gods. The ziggurat of was one of the largest and most important, serving as both a religious center and a symbol of Sumer's engineering prowess. These towering structures were designed to bring people closer to the divine, with priests conducting daily rituals to honor the gods and ensure the city's prosperity. Perhaps the most revolutionary achievement of the Sumerians was the invention of writing. Around 3200 BCE, they developed cuneiform, the first written script, which began as a system of pictographs and evolved into wedge-shaped symbols pressed into clay tablets. This early form of writing was used to record everything from trade transactions to historical events, and it laid the foundation for record-keeping and communication for centuries to come. The Sumerians were also pioneers in the field of law. Around 2100 BCE, King Ur-Nammu of Ur created one of the earliest known legal codes. The Code of Ur-Nammu set out laws governing marriage, inheritance, and crimes. It was an attempt to establish justice and fairness in society. This legal code would influence many future legal systems, including the famous Code of Hammurabi. Religion was at the heart of Sumerian life. They believed in a vast pantheon of gods and goddesses, each responsible for different aspects of existence. From the god of the sky, Anu, to the goddess of love, Inanna, the Sumerians saw their world as governed by divine forces. Temples and ziggurats were built as places to honor these gods, and religious festivals brought the community together in celebration and devotion. Trade was another vital aspect of Sumerian life. Located at the crossroads of ancient trade routes, the Sumerians exchanged goods like grain, textiles, and precious metals with neighboring civilizations. Their innovations in agriculture and irrigation allowed them to produce surplus crops, which were traded widely. This thriving economy fueled cultural exchange and technological advancements, such as the development of the wheel and early mathematics. By the end of the 3rd millennium BCE, Sumer's cities began to decline. Invasions, internal strife, and changing trade routes led to the fall of the once great civilization. Yet the legacy of Sumer lived on. Its contributions to writing, law, religion, and urban planning shaped the development of future civilizations like the Babylonians and Assyrians. Today, the ruins of Sumerian cities continue to reveal the remarkable achievements of this ancient society. Sumerian art and culture were a reflection of their complex society. Artists created stunning sculptures and pottery, often depicting gods and rulers, while intricate jewelry showcased their craftsmanship. Music also played a vital role in their religious ceremonies, with instruments like lyres and drums resonating through the temples. Their artistic achievements were not only a form of expression, but also a means of honoring the divine. The Sumerians may have vanished from the pages of history, but their legacy lives on in the foundations they laid for future civilizations. From the creation of writing to the establishment of law, their innovations still shape the world we live in today. As we uncover more of their lost cities and decipher their ancient texts, we continue to learn from the remarkable people who first turned a river valley into the cradle of civilization. This enhanced script expands on the history and achievements of the Sumerians, adding more detail and incorporating additional scenes to give the viewer a deeper understanding of this fascinating civilization. The pacing of the scenes ensures that each aspect of Sumer is given its due focus, making the video both informative and visually engaging. The Sumerians were not only pioneers in writing and law, but also in technology. They created the plow, revolutionizing agriculture, which allowed them to cultivate the land more efficiently. The invention of the wheel led to the creation of the chariot and wheel carts, transforming transport and trade. Their ingenious irrigation systems helped manage the flow of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, ensuring the growth of crops in an otherwise arid land. These innovations laid the groundwork for many technological advancements in subsequent civilizations. Though Sumer eventually faded, its influence spread across the ancient world. The Babylonians, Assyrians, and Akkadians were heavily influenced by Sumerian culture, adopting their writing system, religious practices, and legal principles. The cuneiform script was passed down, modified, and used for centuries across Mesopotamia. Even today, we find traces of Sumer's impact in the foundations of modern law, literature, and city planning. The Sumerians may no longer walk the earth, but their legacy continues to shape human history.